Hello everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger at dansfish.com, where we're on a mission to humanely source, maintain, and transport fish to our customers. Today I'm going to take you around and show you some of the fish that are colored up and looking really good. Everything from archer fish to some gobies to some cichlids and a lot of stuff in between. So saddle up, here we go. Alright, this is a fun tank. These are Burmese clouded archer fish with some Geophagus megasema. And they're fun. This is one of the few archer fish that does not need salt in the water. This is a freshwater species, so you don't have to worry about brackish and marine and getting your salinity right, which I love. I'm a lazy fish keeper. I don't want to have to mess with the water all the time, let's put it that way. And then down here are the Geophagus, well they were, the food just went away. Let me give them some more. They can eat a lot, this is a lot of fish. So that's the archers up there, and then down here we'll get a good look at the Geophagus megasema. Starting to get the nice color on the tail. Look at that. Look at that nice flag striping on the tail. They have a long way to go. They have a lot of color to develop, but it's coming. That archer's like, yeah, I'll go down. I've learned where the food can go. They usually just eat from the top, but they've got crafty. All right, this is a group of horse-faced loaches. Horse-faced loaches are one of the most unique fish out there. They have adapted to live in the sand. That's kind of why they have that long, thin shape with that pointy nose that we like to call a horse face, I guess. And when they're startled or when they're sleeping or when they need to get out of the area or hide, they just quickly flick their tail and bury themselves in the sand. So they do a great job. If you notice, this sand is a lot cleaner in this tank than it is in most of our tanks. And that's because these guys do that. They sift the sand constantly, they suck it in their mouth, they spit it out their gills to sift it for little things to eat, and they're constantly turning it over and burying themselves in it. So if you want a beautiful substrate, these guys will help. They'll keep it nice and fresh, and they'll keep the algae from growing on it and all that stuff. So horse-faced loaches, not only one of the coolest looking, just neat, kind of bizarre looking fish in the freshwater world, but also do good work. All right, this is a real treat. Oh, he just went away. Here's the male. I can tell, there he comes. I can tell by the red color that's coming in on the face and the yellow on the tail and the blue on that first dorsal. And look at his body shape compared to her. See how full of eggs she is? So, I don't know, we might have some baby gobies here eventually here. But such a neat fish, one you don't see ever, really. Rhinogobius ateniensis. Here he is. Come on, turn for us. He's not runway trained yet. We need to get him on the fashion runway. There we go. Now you can see. Okay, here is a nice group of CW10s. These are the gold Venezuelan Corys. And in there with them are a whole bunch of baby fish. See all those? Those are baby Chilothrina alleni wapoga. They just showed up in the tank. That's what rainbow fish do. So, a bunch of babies and some cool catfish back there. Alright, here we have some checkered barbs. They're in there with some royal Whiteclouds, some Pandagara. I like the checkered barbs a lot. I think they're one of the most underappreciated fish in the hobby. They're peaceful, they don't get too big. They get that nice checkerboard pattern, and they get nice bright red fins. You can see the red coming in nicely on these guys. Oh, where'd the pellet go? There it is. There they go. Against the sand, you can see it a lot better. The light colored sand. Look at those fish. I think that's beautiful. Checkerboard barbs for the win. Or checkered. I call them checkerboard. I guess they go both ways. Again, common names. Who knows? Alright, we'll move on. Just wanted to show you that horde. It's fun. Here's a nice group of Kyathit Danios. Very active fish. They have nice orange and yellow on the margins of the fins. So take a zebra Danio, dress it up for the prom, and you've got yourself a Kyathit Danio. So they're really pretty fish, really active. Hardy, just like a zebra Danio, just prettier. Look at him go. I love watching that. They just carry the pellet around. They're so excited about it, it doesn't even hit the bottom. Here's a shot of the Van Herneri from Fawowi Village. It's a rainbow fish you don't ever see, really, and I think that they're neat. Nice red coloration on them. They're young still, but it's starting to come in. Every time I move the camera, they freak out, so I'm just going to hold it steady here and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if this will be usable in the video or not, but here it is. These are a firemouth species. This is Thorichthys passionis. I think I'm saying that right. The black gullet firemouth. And wish I could get them displaying. They have that black gill raker, or I don't know if that's a gill raker, black gill puffy thing. The black gill puffy thing, that's an official term. And they flare it out just like a normal firemouth, but in the normal firemouths it's red. In this species, the meat guy, it's red. In this species, it's black, and they look awesome when they do it. Well, they look awesome now too, but... We recently got into plants here at Dan's Fish, so I wanted to show you one that I think is a highlight. Why do I think it's a highlight? Because even I couldn't kill this thing. This is Hygrophila angustifolia. These things transition quickly, they're growing quickly, there hasn't been die-off or anything. Look at that massive root structure that they've already produced. And they're still just, in their bunch, their stem bunch. You can see it coming out there too. Anyway, if you want a plant that's pretty and seems to be super bulletproof, Hygrophila angustifolia would be my recommendation. Now, I don't know a ton about plants, but man, these seem to be bulletproof. Alright, this is a lively tank. It has some catfish in it, but it's got these blue dream shrimp. We've been breeding these. We originally got our brood stock from Rick May. Shout out to Rick, he did a great job. And these are blue, blue, blue. We occasionally have to cull like you would with any shrimp line, but I think the line he gave us was already in great shape. So shout out to Rick. And then also down here we're raising batches of some guppies. You see those ones down there? Those are juveniles. They're almost ready to go. And then if you look up here, you'll just see the horde of baby guppies. Just so many baby guppies. And if those all came from one female, this female produces more babies than any other guppy I've ever had in my life. Let me show you the parents. Here they are. They're charcoal, full black guppies. That lady drops so many, oh geez, she did more. Look at them in there. She drops so many babies, it's unbelievable. And she doesn't just do it every 28 days. She seems to do it, she's the only female in the tank, right? So unless I'm missing something, she does this like frequently, much more frequently than every month or every 28 days or so. It's like she'll have a batch, we'll take them out, and then a few days later there's a bunch more in there. Now, maybe she just like has half the batch and then holds the rest and then has, I don't know. I don't know. But I've never seen anything like it. It's the darndest thing. And I've been breeding guppies for, since I was a wee lad. But anyway, that's the parents. They're pretty quality stock here. And that female, she's incredible. Here's an absolute horde of red Phantom Tetras. You can see why they call them that. Nice red fish with black offsets. I mean, this is a common one. This is not something you couldn't find a lot of places. But we have a lot of customers that don't have a local fish store at all. Or if they do, it's just a big box that they don't want to support. But even that is scarce for a lot of our customers. So we do keep a few common fish. I also think this is a great one if you're new to fish. They're hardy, they're pretty, they're peaceful. You can keep a big group together, they're entertaining. And I think this is a great one if you're a parent and your child wants a fish tank. You're like, man, I want to give them this opportunity, but I don't want anything too expensive or hard to keep. I think this is a great starter fish. All right, I've showed you these before, so it won't take long. I'm showing you these because I want to show you their counterpart. These are the Japan blue gold double swordtail guppies. See that nice blue and gold on them? They're amazing. They're a really cool little guppy. So get that in your mind, because now I'm going to go over and show you the red version of this and what that looks like, so you can get kind of a contrast, a comparison of the different types. Okay, and here is their counterpart. This is the Japan Red double swordtail guppy. So we've got the blue gold and we've got the red form here. So just wanted to show you the difference between the two. I think both of them are really pretty. It's just up to which one, you know, everyone finds something. Why am I even still talking? every now and then I start talking down the path and I'm like, yeah, this is going somewhere really dumb and obvious, and I have to just shut up. 44 years, you think I would have learned? Nope. Anyway, Japan Red double sword guppies. Alright, this little rainbow fish is Chilothrina fasciata. These are the ones from Membramo in Papua New Guinea. I really like Chilothrina, and the fasciatas are neat. There's all kinds of populations of them. They each look different. These from Membramo, I like. They've got a lot of metallic on them, a lot of blues, and a lot of reds. You can kind of see it starting to come in. They're going to get even better, and it's not morning. In the morning, they tend to be more fired up, but it's afternoon, and they still look pretty good, so I thought I'd take just a quick video of them. Alright, this is a perennial favorite here at Dan's Fish. These are the gold Roseline barbs. Same species as the normal Roseline barbs, but these are leucistic kind of looking fish. So they've been bred for that bright gold and red, although there's high variance in these. Some of them have more brown, some are almost pure white. This tank is almost all gold and orange. But you can get batches with a lot of variance, and they can change over time. So just because these look gold right now doesn't mean they're not going to eventually develop quite a bit of brown mottling or some other color or pattern. They change throughout their lives, but really interesting fish. We've sold a lot of them. Our supplier does a good job. Folks seem to be happy with them, and I don't mean just like a lot of them recently. We've been selling them for a few years. It's one of our favorites here. So the gold Roseline barb, really pretty, really unique, and they'll grab your attention from across the room. This is a fish that just pops. One of my favorites. I think they're fantastic. All right, these delightful little fish are Rosy Loaches. They're related to the hovering loach, just a nice little small nano fish with neat behavior, neat swimming motions, and a big mob of these in a tank is kind of delightful. The camera's making them a little more shy than they usually are, but we're still getting them to come out. When you get about 40 of them on one pellet, though, that's when that's what I like seeing. I think they're just really neat in that kind of situation. But peaceful, you're not going to have any of the aggression issues you might have with some of the tiger loaches or like skunk boteas, stuff like that. Small and really gregarious and interesting behavior, just a unique little fish. If you want a small loach, these are a good one. The Rosy Loach. Here are some Stiphodon gobies. These are Stiphodon atropurpureus, similar to the blue neon Stiphodons that we all know and love, but they have a lot of different dark barring pattern, patching pattern in the body. So they are a different fish. Really neat. I like the black kind of blotches that go down the body. They have a lot of gold iridescent scaling as well as that really nice blue. So, I mean, neon blue gobies are amazing. I can't say that these are like those but better. These are like those but different is the only way to say it accurately, because both of those fish are just never disappoint. When you first get them, it's going to take them a week or two to settle in, but once they do, they'll start coloring up. And you'll get everything from a lot of blue to a lot of gold to a lot of black to every combo of that, just depending on the fish's mood and the light that it's in. So one species, lots of variation. I mean, you can see it there. One on the right is a little more gold. The one in the front is more black. The one in the back is more blue, but they can change that at any time. I can watch them all day though. They're just, the goby behavior is amazing. That how they kind of scooch along and they're playful and personable. They're like little clowns. And then you add the fact that these also have nice color to that, and that's cool. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention the red. So if you look at the dorsal fins on some of these, the first dorsal, well, the second dorsal as well, just right up on the margin, they get a nice red color. It's not always there, but like this one has it. This is a nice dominant male. See how he's all darkened up? He's got the black, he's got the blue, and he's also got red margins, really thin margins on the two dorsal fins. I just noticed I close each species I talk to. I close each species I show with, anyway, let's move on. Gotta come up with something better. But in the meantime, anyway, let's move on. All right, these are the blonde koi guppies sourced out of Israel. And they're uniform, they look great, I think they're awesome. I'm not sure exactly what makes them blonde, except for to say that the females are a lot lighter colored than our typical koi guppies we have received from other suppliers. And I think the males are a little lighter on the front half of the body in general. But besides that, I'm not sure exactly what makes them blonde. I'm not sure exactly what that distinction is. But these are fat, happy, full of babies, and quite uniform. So I think this strain is well established and appears to be doing great. So if you want some good quality koi guppies, these blonde koi guppies, or they're blonde tuxedo koi guppies from Israel. I don't think it's going to get a lot better than them. So that's some of the fish that caught my eye as I was walking around the warehouse recently. I hope you enjoyed them. If you want to learn more about aquarium fish, feel free to join us every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at the Dan's Fish YouTube channel. We do a live stream. You can ask us questions about anything fish related. And if you're in the market for fish, we've got you covered at dansfish.com. Check our store out. We might have something you could use. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.